guys, it's Layla here, and today I am coming at you with a review of Primark makeup. Primark makeup. I've got baby brain, that's all I can say. Today I'm doing a testing Poundland makeup. So I went to my local stop saying Primark. I went to my local Poundland store and I picked up these goodies. And yeah, I'm just going to test them out for you today and let you know if they're any good. Obviously I've never tried any Poundland makeup before, so I've got no idea what it's like. I am a little bit sceptical because I do think you probably need to spend more than £1 on a piece of makeup for it to be decent, but we will see. If you want to see what I thought of this Poundland makeup, then just keep watching and let's find out. Okay, so I've already done my brows, so I'm going to put my crown on so I get my hair out my face. What do you think? Beautiful. So I'm going to put some primer on. They didn't have any primer in Poundland, so I'm just going to be using my Too Faced Hangover primer. So I'm going to start off with foundation, and as you can see, so what I believe their brand is Makeup Gallery, and that's what they go under, and this is the Gorgeous Flawless Long Lasting Foundation. So it's just in this plain black bottle here, and I got it in the shade Warm Ivory 2, and to be fair, like, I couldn't like properly see what colour is best, so this may be totally off for me. Okay, so I've just squidged a little lump on my hand like this, and the texture seems like acrylic paint. So let's see. I'm not hating the texture actually. I don't really know what to say about it. It feels like acrylic paint on my skin. Yeah, it's really thick. I'm just gonna dab that in with my sponge. But the actual like coverage on my skin is not like really doing a lot for me. So this is the skin after the first layer. As you can see, it's not really done a lot for my skin. Let's have a look at the second layer. I don't actually hate the consistency. I don't actually hate that acrylic like paint formula, but it's not really doing a lot, so I'm not sure what the point of it is. I don't know, I'm used to using quite like watery base, not watery base, but like more translucent foundations, whereas this is quite thick. But yeah, it doesn't really do a lot. It's not really filling my pores. It's kind of just sitting there, not really doing a lot. I'm not sure. So I'm not going to go in with any more layers because I don't actually think it's going to do much more for me. Taking a closer look. You know what? It's not awful for £1. It's not the most awful. It kind of just sits there and doesn't really do a lot. As you can see, it's not really covered up my spots very well. But it's not too oily, and it kind of like, it's not clinging to my dry patches, so that is definitely a plus. So next I'm going to go in with some concealer. The concealer I picked up is the Hide and Chic concealer. So as you can see, it is just in this plain sort of cheap looking packaging, which it's from Poundland, what can you expect? It looks like it's going to be a stick foundation, so let's have a look. Stick foundation, stick concealer. It doesn't actually say what shade it is. I think I got the lightest shade though. Yeah, so this is just a stick concealer, and just looking at it right now, I kind of feel like it, although I got the lightest shade, it's definitely got like a peachy sort of undertone to it. So I'm not sure how good it's going to be actually concealing my spots. Might just have to use it for brightening underneath the eyes. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of concealer sticks. They didn't have any like liquidy ones or anything like that, so this was kind of my only choice. But yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start off with just going under my eyes. Okie dokie. It's a very translucent concealer as it goes onto the skin. I can see that it is already highlighting my pores. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to blend that in and see what it does. It's kind of hard as well to blend in these stick concealers. Like a tint, like a sort of shimmery tint, which is making my under eye look really quite greasy, which I don't love. But to be fair, it has brightened it up, so maybe we can level the greasiness out with the powder. Next, I'm going to go in with the pressed powder, which comes in this packet here, and this is called the Smoothly Does It pressed powder. So it's just like this simple plastic packaging, nothing too special. I do actually quite like the design of the products. I think that they're very chic, simple, but you know what, simple does it sometimes. Now I'm looking back, I can see like how greasy my under eye looks, and bear in mind, like, I don't really have greasy like skin. My skin's more dry than greasy, so definitely beware if you've got like oily skin, because I don't think this concealer is going to be very good for that. I'm just going to do a swatch of this on my finger. So okay, so it seems quite like a light powder, not too heavy, not too thick, more like a translucent powder. There doesn't seem to be much colour on there at all. I got the colour 2 Natural Beige. I'm just going to pat this under my eye and hope that it cleans up a bit of the oil that has transpired. As it goes onto my skin, it is fairly matte. It does seem to be matting out my under eye, which is good. The colour comes off on my skin a lot darker than it looks in the pan as well. And I don't hate this powder. I don't hate it. I'm also going to put some on my forehead. On my chin. And down my nose. Okay, so looking at the skin now, I much prefer it. The powder has absorbed a little bit into the foundation, and I feel like it's cracking a bit. It's making the foundation crack a bit. So I have noticed some lines have started appearing on my laugh line area. Okay, so I got this bronzer slash contour. I think it is more of a bronzer. It looks like it's not going to contour great. And I also got this highlighting powder as well. So they're both called Good to Glow. One's the matte bronzer and the other is the highlighting powder. The bronzer is definitely like a bronzer. It doesn't really have a lot of pigmentation at all when I put it onto my skin. It comes off very lightly, but you'll see when I use it. I can see a little bit of colour coming off. Probably not as much as I'd like, but there is a little bit of colour coming there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to use the highlighter now. There's very much like an inner glow there, but in terms of it actually giving me that bouncing off my face highlight, it's not really there, is it? You can see there is definitely a glow. You can see also on my skin, because the foundation is so light, that my spots are sort of starting to come through as well. So the skin isn't flawless. Cupid bow. So I'm now going to go onto the eyes. I'm going to have to use my concealer to prime, which isn't really ideal, but I don't really have high hopes for this eyeshadow, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so for the eyes, I'm going to be using 2 products. I bought a little eyeshadow duo, and it's called the Do the Duo eyeshadow in Cloudburst 10. So it's just this little quad of black and white here. I thought I'd do just like a neutral, like dark smoky eye kind of thing. I also bought this eyeshadow stick, Glide Away, and this is kind of like in a bronzy kind of colour, so I thought it might give me a nice sunset glow that would go nicely with the smoky eye look. So I'm going to go in with this stick first, and put it all over the crease. It's actually really pigmented and creamy. I like that. And just buff that out. Nice and shimmery too. The colour is very forgiving because if I blend it away with my fingers it comes away quite easily. I can also clean that up with my concealer as well if I need to. So I'm now going to take this dark smoky shade here. I'm literally just going to focus that right in the outer corner. It's actually very pigmented, but it is kind of clinging a little bit to that shadow stick that I just used. You can see like that's come off quite sharp there. And I know it looks messy at the moment, just bear with me. I'm just going to take some of this pressed powder and blend it out a little bit with that. Then I'm going to go back in with this and just put that into the crease, a little bit of the crease as well, so that. So we've still got that bronze there as well, which is nice. Okay, I'm just going to quickly do the other eye and then I'll be back. So just to finish off the eye area, I'm going to take the silvery shade here and I'm just going to put that all over the lid. I'm going to take this highlighting shade that we use on the cheeks and I'm going to just highlight my inner corners and use it as a brow highlight as well. I also have this liquid liner that I got and this is called the Makeup Gallery Pro Liquid Eyeliner. So I'm going to try this out and see what I think. So it's kind of like very liquidy. That liquid liner isn't awful. I don't really like the style of liquid eyeliner, but it really wasn't that bad, so that's okay. So next I'm going to be using the Plump Up the Volume mascara. This looks like it's brown. This best not be brown. It says brown black, but you wouldn't really know from looking at it that it's brown black. Brilliant. That's not really what I wanted. It's not really doing a lot. I'm going to have to build this up quite a lot for it to look like I've got even anything on my lashes. I literally can't tell the difference between the eye that I did it on and the eye that I didn't do it on. But at least I can't see the brown, so that's good. I think that's the best I'm going to get. So Poundland didn't do any lashes. I think they may do lashes, but they didn't have any in the one I had. So I'm going to have to leave it at this. But for the eyes, like, I'm quite impressed. I think that the products that I've used for my eyes have worked pretty well. We've got that dark smoky look and I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of that black underneath my eye as well. And then I'm going to put the mascara underneath as well. And that's the eyes all done. So pretty much we are all done. The only thing I need to do is put the lipstick on. This was the lipstick I chose. And this is just like a simple kind of plastic liquid lipstick. Kind of reminds me of the packaging for the NYX Soft Matte liquid lipsticks, and this is in the colour Latte 2. I thought this colour might go quite nicely with the eye pencil, but this one hasn't really come up too well on my eyes, so I don't know how this is going to look. It's actually really nice. The formula is really similar to the NYX Soft Matte Creams. It even almost slightly tastes the same. The colour's nice, but I don't think it goes with the eyes very well. And we're done. And this is the final look. I'm actually super impressed with this look. I think that pulled it off pretty well. The makeup has, like, it's done what it's supposed to do, like it's done its job. So let's run through the products and see what I would recommend and what I wouldn't. So we started off with the foundation, and I don't think this foundation is bad at all. I think it's great if you're looking for something that is more lighter, that is more like a tinted moisturiser, but isn't too liquidy at the same time. And then we went on to the concealer. I didn't like the concealer really. I don't like stick concealers, that's just my preference. It didn't really give like a nice look. It was kind of very greasy, so I didn't really like that one very much. And then we have the powders. So I used the pressed powder, which wasn't too bad. It was very translucent, so you couldn't really see it, but it did mattify my skin, so I did like that. It wasn't too bad. And then the matte bronzer was okay. It was very light, it wasn't very pigmented at all, but I think you could still kind of see it on my skin. Highlighting powder was really natural, so if you're looking for something more natural and not something that's so much going to pop, then maybe this is a good choice for you. But if you want something that's, you know, going to pop, then it's not the best. So the eyeshadows that we used, the quad was really nice actually. I really liked both the colours and they were super pigmented, so I was really happy with those. I do like this shadow stick. I like the colour, but it just didn't blend out very well, and it didn't stay on very well either. The mascara was shit. Hashtag keeping it real. It wasn't very good at all. Like, it just really didn't do much for my lids, for my eyelashes. As you can see, you probably can't even tell that I've got any on. Yeah, not good. The liquid eyeliner I did actually like, but I'm not really a fan of the actual, like, the brush that you use it with. I much prefer the pens. I think they're a lot simpler to use. So more likely to smudge and stuff with this and not like get the best line. So, and then lastly, the lip cream, probably my favourite product out of all of them, although it doesn't actually go with the lip very well. I really liked this. I thought it was so nice. Very similar to the NYX soft matte lip creams. Has actually sit on my lip really well. Doesn't feel too cakey. Doesn't feel like I can't eat. It's actually really moisturising as well. So yeah, I really like this one. And that is it for my testing Poundland makeup. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do want me to test any other brands, then just let me know in the comments. Really enjoyed doing this. I have to say, it worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to do. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely, blessed day. Bye guys.